Welcome to TRS Clips. It's for all you guys whose attention spans are reduced because of short form content. This is the highlights channel. Enjoy the video and make sure you consume a bunch of highlights. Binge watch TRS Clips. Now let's talk about Pishachas, sir.
So they are more dangerous than pretas. They are most likely entities who never incarnated. Many of them. Okay. Some of them did, which is what is known traditionally as Brahma Pishacha. Brahma Pishacha is basically somebody who was highly knowledgeable in these spiritual matters, etc. But somehow they either misused that knowledge or did not give it or became greedy or something like that. Hoarding of knowledge, not giving it to one who is fit for it. So the text Shastras do not tell you that randomly give the knowledge to everybody, but somebody who is fit for it and still not the knowledge is passed on and nature. Then there's a hoarding of knowledge and a hoarding of these vidyas. Then such people can become what is known as Brahma Pishacha.
They began as human beings.
But they're very advanced human beings, not ordinary human beings.
Okay.
They're people who are top class upasakas in their life.
Okay.
And then there are other of these entities which are not human at all, they're very dangerous. They are by and large, the average conception and the imagination of what is negative in the world all falls in this category only. They're like mad bulls. They will just attack, things like that. Then there are various types of, there are various types of things. There's something known as, some people do upasana of that also, known as, just like Pishachas are there, something known as Pishachini, which is a female form of the Pishacha. Something known as Karna Pishachini, which is, some people do upasana of that. So they will come and tell you in your ear various things that are happening. Okay. But catch is that so if you're doing a higher Devata Upasana, you cannot do these things. The moment you start chanting higher Devata Upasana, they will not come near. They don't like the vibration of those mantras. Whether it is Shiva, Vishnu, Durga, etc., immediately they will go.
I believe this is what we call jinns as well.
Now I don't know fully, but I have some idea of what this is. Jinns are a broad term to use the wide range of things, from bhuta to everything that fall under the jinn category. In my understanding of what jinns are, and they're there definitely. There are ways to counter them, ways to counter, just like the Pishachas or Hindu. Protection. I'm not talking about anything else that, fighting them. You're not to go into that domain and pick up a fight. That is stupid. But self-protection is very much possible. And self-protection both for these entities as well as from jinns and other things very much possible. Only thing is, there's certain differences in the way it is to be done.
Where are they?
Where are who?
Pishachas.
Oh, they are confined to domains. They will not be in a room like this. Bhutas, pretas can roam around. They are confined to specific areas that have extreme negative energy.
You're talking about Pishachas.
Pishachas. Extreme negative energy, very dark settings, very filthy settings. Very often they will be surrounded with extreme kind of foul odor. Okay. These are there. Various other things. Those are experts, they'll tell you more things, but these are some of the primary things. And recurring foul odor, which you cannot find a source from, which means that your house is next to some drain or something, some drainage leak is happening. Now that you know where it is coming from, you can fix it. But their presence often brings about a complete foul smell in that area.
Okay.
And they're extremely negative. They're unreasonable, irrational. You cannot, those entities you cannot talk to or judge.
What's their interest in human beings?
Influence.
Getting things done in the world.
Everybody likes attention. It is their way of getting attention.
Possibly also because they're confined to that one place.
That is there. But also it's like spreading your
power
or influence. So if you have power, how do you know that you have power? Unless you execute it, you don't know you have power. So it is their nature to cause these kind of disturbances if you are unfortunate enough to be in their vicinity or enter into that zone and remain unprotected.
So one thing that I picked up from this whole Pishacha conversation is that angle of influence.
Mm-hmm.
What does that truly mean for the modern city human or the material life oriented human? And are there human beings in the world today who are rich, famous, successful, powerful as a result of them listening to these beings?
I can't say yes or no because I don't have any direct experience of. I hardly know anybody who's that rich, so the question does not arise for me. But otherwise, in theory, it is, you cannot discount it. But then I don't have any direct evidence to say that the rich and the famous somehow or the other are engaged in any kind of practices that have made them that. On the other hand, there is a wide amount of popularity of the occult aspect of Tantra, where you can influence things by specifically two classes of people, one engaged in politics and the other in films.
You're talking as a general thing all
As
over
a
the
general
world?
thing. India. I'm not even outside of India. I don't know. I'm talking about India, and that's because why? Some of the maximum. So in technically we call this as prayogas. Prayoga means an application of a power. There's nothing negative in it. It can be for anything. So somebody is sick. Somebody messages me ki tabiyat thoda kharab lag raha hai, something like that. I do some japa for him. Okay, that just a simple to the deity I worship that please cure that person. He gets cured. That's an application of power. But there are technicalities involved. More. This is I'm giving a simplistic understanding, but there are more details understanding. So this thing happens across India. Across India in all temples. Certain places it happens much more than others. Kamakhya it happens a lot. Ujjain it happens, Mahakal temple, a few other places it happens a lot. Because I keep going there for my upasana, my own practices, I keep traveling to various temples, so I get to see them. So these two broad classes of people get these kind of prayogas done very often, either not only for positive aspects, which means that to boost their career and things like that, but also very often to remove enemies from the path or sidetrack or various things. So they do the full scale of it.
Where does karma come into play? Or
Karma is always waiting. But the thing is that human beings are like that. The greed is like that. We want it right now. Karma we'll see when karma comes. We'll see like that. So there is this, the beautiful question that Yudhishthira was asked by a yaksha. Yaksha is a kind of higher positive being.
Yeah.
Okay, in the lake in Mahabharata, various questions were there. Very famous Yaksha Prashna. And then he asks that what is the greatest wonder in the world? Yudhishthira says that every day we are seeing people dying, yet everybody believes I am not going to die. Well, this is how you operate in the world. Okay, so same with karma. I will just let me get this done first. Karma we'll see later. Okay.
I mean, when you use these things for your own material ambition, there's no free lunches in life.
Right.
What's the outcome? You are paying some price.
Yes. Always.
What is the price you're paying?
So the question is, I'm assuming your question from a positive point of view.
Yeah.
Positive point of view.
When you're using it for career progression, ki Ma Tara, come to me and give me more money. What are you paying in return?
First of all, at any given point when we are praying to the deity, as I said in the I think the previous episode, I mentioned that all kinds of avichara or black magic start from the human heart. Okay, the moment you have that desire that XYZ has to be done, etc., and then you go and execute it in a manner that has higher chances of success. That's all the paddhati, the process is showing you. It is not making a moral judgment. It is not even taking responsibility of the karma. It is your karma. Okay, you make a mistake and you will do. Now, karmic repercussion is always there for everything. There's no doubt about it. One is that you worship the deity. You do the puja paddhati of the devata, which means that the way Matara has to be worshipped, you do, etc., the anushtana, and then you pray to her. There is no karmic consequence of a prayer. You can pray, but remember one thing, you are the one who is praying. The one who will grant the prayer has complete right to reject your prayer also. If that is there in your mind, you are free. No problem. But the moment you want, no, I am not satisfied with the prayer, I need an exact execution of this result. And there are methods of doing that also. There's not... our dharma is brilliant. It is given absolutely stunning methods, A to Z, depending on where you are. So there will be a consequence of that. Some payment. Somebody is very sick, somebody is having a trouble, somebody having a specific problem, and to remove that problem, say another individual does prayoga of a very powerful Mahavidya, one of the most powerful popular Mahavidyas was Ma Baglamukhi. Okay, does the prayoga. Results also come, but some consequence this person will have to face. Whether he gets an injury, he gets some issue or the other, because the balancing of nature will always happen. The one way to get out of this, which is very difficult, is that you first attain to a connection with one of your Ishtadevata. And you do a prayoga not for smaller material gains. It's only when there's a permission from the deity. Deity says that you can do this. Then you know that he or she is going to take care of the karma. It's not your headache. Your job at the higher stages of sadhana, your job is to blindly follow what the devata is telling you. But higher stages, initial stages, you don't have any contact. You don't understand only what the deity is trying to say. But yes, I have seen some people who are very good in helping others, and they're doing positive things, by the way. Okay, somebody is sick, somebody is not getting a job, somebody has a lot of loans, things like that, and they do normal upasana of their deity and they try to help those people. Help also happens, miraculously help happens, but there is always a karmic payback on their own lives. Always. Either they will fall sick or something or the other. These things happen. I mean, this is the way it is. There are no free lunches in nature. Once you understand that, then the intelligence is to know that can you handle that karma. Before even entering into that, somebody is throwing a ball at you. One of my gurus used to say, somebody is throwing a ball at full pace. First, you know that can you hold that ball. It should not be the case that just to help somebody, you only end up in the dire straits, in the worst condition. Then there's no intelligence in that.
Yeah.
So you understand who it is that you're trying to help, what kind of karmas that person is, and whether you can sustain the impact of it.
Thank you for watching. Our team spends a lot of time curating playlists just for you. So make sure you check out all the playlists that we've created on TRS Clips if you want to speed up your learning process.